Very common. Ubiquitous. Smartphones have become ubiquitous in modern society, with almost everyone owning one. Fast food chains are ubiquitous in urban areas, making them easily accessible to everyone. Social media has made information sharing ubiquitous, allowing people to connect instantly. Very simple. Straightforward. The instructions for assembling the furniture were straightforward and easy to follow. The recipe is straightforward, requiring only a few ingredients and simple steps. Her approach to solving the problem was straightforward and effective, without any unnecessary complications. Very lucky. Fortunate. He was fortunate to find a job he loves in a tough economy. They were fortunate to survive the storm with no injuries. She felt fortunate to have supportive friends and family by her side during difficult times. Very unusual. Extraordinary. The artist's style is extraordinary, making her work stand out in any gallery. It was an extraordinary coincidence to meet an old friend in a foreign country. The weather was extraordinary for this time of year, with unexpected snowfall in April. Very energetic. Vibrant. The vibrant music festival attracted thousands of lively attendees. Her vibrant personality made her the life of any party. The city's nightlife is vibrant, with various activities to enjoy. Very long. Elongated. The elongated shadows of the trees stretched across the lawn as the sun set. Her dress had an elongated train that flowed gracefully behind her. The snake's elongated body allowed it to move swiftly through the grass. Very fragile. Delicate. The delicate vase shattered into pieces when it fell off the shelf. Her health is delicate, so she must be careful not to catch any infections. The intricate lacework on the dress was delicate and beautiful. Very strong. Robust. The robust coffee kept him awake throughout the long night of studying. The bridge was built with robust materials to withstand harsh weather conditions. She has a robust immune system, rarely getting sick. Very accurate. Precise. The precise measurements ensured that the furniture fit perfectly in the room. His precise language left no room for misunderstanding. The surgeon's precise movements were crucial for the success of the operation. Very realistic. Lifelike. The lifelike painting of the ocean made viewers feel as if they were standing on the shore. The actor's performance was so lifelike that the audience was moved to tears. The lifelike animatronic dinosaur captivated the children at the museum. Very detailed. Meticulous. The detective's meticulous investigation uncovered the truth behind the mysterious disappearance. The architect's meticulous plans ensured that every aspect of the building was considered. Her meticulous research resulted in a comprehensive and well-written report. Very difficult. Arduous. Climbing the mountain was an arduous task, requiring great effort and determination. The project proved to be an arduous challenge, testing their skills and perseverance. The journey through the dense forest was long and arduous, but they eventually reached their destination. Very beautiful. Exquisite. The bride looked exquisite in her wedding gown, captivating everyone's attention. The artist's painting was so exquisite that it left everyone in awe. The garden was filled with exquisite flowers, each more stunning than the last. Very old. Ancient. The ancient ruins stood as a testament to a long-lost civilization. The library housed ancient manuscripts that were hundreds of years old. The ancient tree had witnessed countless seasons and stories over the centuries. Very smart. Intelligent. The scientist's intelligent theories revolutionized the field of physics. Her intelligent solutions to complex problems earned her respect among her peers. The students' intelligent questions impressed the professor during the lecture. Very fluent. Articulate. The articulate speaker captivated the audience with her eloquence. His articulate responses during the interview set him apart from the other candidates. She was able to articulate her thoughts clearly, making her a great communicator. Very slow. Sluggish. The sluggish traffic made the commute unbearable. The old computer was sluggish and took forever to load programs. His sluggish movements indicated that he was extremely tired. Very weak. Feeble. After the illness, she felt feeble and struggled to get out of bed. The feeble old man needed assistance to walk. The feeble attempts to lift the heavy box were futile. Very loud. Deafening. The concert was so loud that the music was deafening. The explosion was followed by a deafening silence. The cheers from the crowd were deafening as the team scored the winning goal. Very dangerous. Perilous. The perilous journey through the stormy seas tested the sailors' endurance. Climbing the cliffs without proper equipment was a perilous adventure. The rescue mission in the war-torn region was perilous, but they were determined to succeed. Very busy. Hectic. The store was hectic during the holiday season, with customers rushing in and out. Her hectic schedule left her little time to relax and unwind. The office was hectic as everyone worked to meet the deadline. Very careful. Meticulous. The surgeon's meticulous attention to detail ensured the success of the operation. Her meticulous planning made the event run smoothly without any issues. He reviewed the contract with meticulous care to avoid any potential pitfalls. Very confused. Bewildered. The sudden change in plans left everyone bewildered and unsure of what to do next. The complex instructions for the new gadget left him completely bewildered. She was bewildered by the unexpected turn of events. Very brave. Courageous. The courageous firefighter entered the burning building to save the trapped residents. Her courageous decision to speak out against injustice inspired others. The soldier's courageous actions on the battlefield earned him a Medal of Honor. Very fierce. Ferocious. The ferocious storm caused widespread damage and left many without power. The tiger's ferocious roar echoed through the jungle, instilling fear in all who heard it. The ferocious competition among the athletes made the event exciting to watch. Very friendly. Amiable. The amiable host made everyone feel welcome at the party. His amiable nature earned him many friends at school. The customer service representative was amiable and eager to help with any issues. Very good. Excellent. Her excellent performance in the play received standing ovations from the audience. The chef prepared an excellent meal that delighted all the guests. The team's excellent work on the project earned them recognition from the company. Very lively. Vibrant. The vibrant city streets were filled with music, laughter, and bright lights. Her vibrant personality made her the center of attention at social gatherings. The vibrant colors of the sunset painted the sky in a breathtaking display. Very scared. Terrified. She was terrified of the dark and always slept with a nightlight on. The loud noise from the fireworks terrified the dog, causing it to hide under the bed. The little boy was terrified of getting a shot at the doctor's office. Very painful. Excruciating. The excruciating pain in her leg made it difficult to walk. He experienced excruciating headaches that required medical attention. The recovery process after the surgery was slow and excruciating. Very convincing. Persuasive. The lawyer's persuasive arguments swayed the jury in favor of her client. His persuasive speech convinced many people to support the cause. She used her persuasive skills to negotiate a better deal for the company. Very often. Frequently. She frequently visits her grandparents on weekends to spend quality time with them. The restaurant is frequently busy during lunchtime, so it's best to make a reservation. He frequently checks his email to stay updated on important messages. Very roomy. Spacious. The spacious living room provided plenty of space for entertaining guests. Her new car was spacious, with ample legroom for all passengers. The hotel suite was spacious and comfortable, perfect for a relaxing vacation. Very valuable. Precious. The heirloom necklace is precious and has been passed down through generations. The precious moments spent with family are what matter most. Gold is a precious metal valued for its rarity and beauty. Very creative. Imaginative. The imaginative artist created a series of unique and captivating paintings. Her imaginative storytelling captivated the children during the reading session. The architect's imaginative designs transformed the city's skyline. Very risky. Hazardous. The hazardous climb up the steep mountain required experienced climbers. The chemical spill created a hazardous environment for workers. The hazardous journey through the storm put the sailors' lives at risk. Very afraid. Terrified. She was terrified of spiders and couldn't stay in the same room as one. The loud thunderstorm left the dog terrified and trembling. The children were terrified by the haunted house at the amusement park. Very angry. Enraged. The customer's enraged reaction to the poor service caused a scene in the restaurant. He was enraged when he discovered that his car had been vandalized. The coach's enraged outburst shocked the entire team. Very bad. Atrocious. The service at the restaurant was atrocious, leaving customers dissatisfied. The living conditions in the abandoned building were atrocious. The movie received atrocious reviews from critics. Very calm. Serene. The serene lake provided a peaceful escape from the bustling city. Her serene demeanor helped to soothe the anxious patients. The garden was a serene oasis, filled with the gentle sounds of nature. Very charmed. Enchanted. She was enchanted by the fairy tale castle and its magical atmosphere. The enchanted forest seemed to come alive with mystical creatures and glowing lights. The children were enchanted by the magician's captivating performance. Very colorful. Vibrant. The vibrant street art brought life and energy to the neighborhood. Her vibrant wardrobe reflected her lively personality. The vibrant festival was filled with music, dance, and bright colors. Very conventional. Traditional. The wedding followed traditional customs and rituals. His traditional approach to teaching emphasized discipline and respect. The traditional dish was prepared using a family recipe passed down through generations. Very tedious. Monotonous. The monotonous task of data entry made her feel sleepy. The lecturer's monotonous voice made it difficult to stay focused. The monotonous routine of his job left him yearning for a change. Very nervous. Anxious. She felt anxious before her big presentation. The anxious dog paced back and forth during the thunderstorm. He was anxious about the results of his medical test. Very eager. Enthusiastic. The children were enthusiastic about going to the amusement park. She was enthusiastic about starting her new job. The team's enthusiastic response to the project was encouraging. Very fancy. Elaborate. The elaborate decorations at the wedding impressed all the guests. The chef prepared an elaborate 5-course meal for the special occasion. Her elaborate costume won first prize at the masquerade ball. Very empty. Vacant. The vacant lot was overgrown with weeds. The abandoned building had a vacant and eerie feel to it. The hotel rooms were vacant during the off-season. Very funny. Hilarious. The comedian's hilarious jokes had the audience in stitches. The movie was hilarious and kept everyone laughing from start to finish. Her hilarious anecdotes always made family gatherings more enjoyable. Very humble. Modest. Despite his success, he remained modest about his achievements. She lived a modest life, always helping others without seeking recognition. The modest home was simple but filled with love. Very large. Enormous. The enormous elephant towered over the other animals at the zoo. The company made an enormous profit last quarter. The storm caused enormous damage to the coastal town. Very kind. Benevolent. The benevolent woman spent her weekends volunteering at the homeless shelter. His benevolent actions earned him the respect and admiration of the community. The king was known for his benevolent rule, always putting his people's needs first. Very limited. Restricted. Access to the VIP area was restricted to invited guests only. The use of water was restricted during the drought to conserve resources. The building had restricted access to ensure the safety of its occupants. Very smelly. Pungent. The pungent odor of the garbage made it difficult to breathe. The pungent aroma of the spices filled the kitchen. The cheese had a pungent smell that some people loved and others couldn't stand. Very much. Immensely. She was immensely grateful for all the support she received. He was immensely proud of his daughter's accomplishments. The scenery was immensely beautiful, taking their breath away. Very sad. Heartbroken. She was heartbroken when she heard about the passing of her beloved pet. He felt heartbroken after the end of a long-term relationship. The news of the tragedy left the entire community heartbroken. Very shy. Timid. The timid child hid behind his mother when meeting new people. She was too timid to speak up in the meeting. His timid nature made it difficult for him to make friends. Very cold. Freezing. The freezing temperatures made it unbearable to stay outside for long. She wrapped herself in a thick blanket to escape the freezing cold. The water in the lake was freezing, too cold for swimming. Very special. Exceptional. The teacher recognized the student's exceptional talent in mathematics. Her exceptional skills in music earned her a scholarship to a prestigious conservatory. The service at the five-star hotel was exceptional, exceeding all expectations. Very careful. Meticulous. The surgeon's meticulous attention to detail ensured the success of the operation. Her meticulous planning made the event run smoothly without any issues. He reviewed the contract with meticulous care to avoid any potential pitfalls. Very dirty. Filthy. The filthy kitchen was in dire need of a thorough cleaning. The children came home with filthy clothes after playing in the mud. The air in the industrial area was so filthy that people had to wear masks. Very easy. Effortless. She solved the math problem with effortless precision. His effortless grace on the dance floor captivated the audience. The new software made the task effortless and quick. Very excited. Exhilarated. She felt exhilarated after completing her first marathon. The exhilarating roller coaster ride left them breathless and laughing. He was exhilarated by the news of his promotion. Very heavy. Weighty. The weighty book was difficult to carry around. The lawyer presented a weighty argument that influenced the jury's decision. The weighty responsibility of leading the team rested on her shoulders. Very hot. Scorching. The scorching sun made it impossible to stay outdoors for long. She took a sip of the scorching coffee and immediately burned her tongue. The desert was characterized by its scorching temperatures and arid landscape. Very hungry. Ravenous. After the hike, they were ravenous and devoured their meals. The ravenous children couldn't wait for dinner to be served. He felt ravenous after skipping breakfast and lunch. Very important. Crucial. It's crucial to follow the safety guidelines to prevent accidents. The witness's testimony was crucial to the outcome of the trial. Proper nutrition is crucial for maintaining good health. Very light. Airy. The airy dress was perfect for the summer heat. The spacious, airy apartment had large windows that let in plenty of natural light. The airy texture of the souffle made it a delightful dessert. Very poor. Destitute. The destitute family struggled to find food and shelter. The charity's mission was to provide aid to the destitute communities. He was left destitute after losing his job and home. Very powerful. Mighty. The mighty lion ruled over the savannah with authority. The mighty wind uprooted trees and damaged buildings during the storm. She delivered a mighty speech that inspired the audience. Very pretty. Lovely. The garden was filled with lovely flowers in full bloom. Her lovely smile brightened up the room. The lovely melody of the song stayed with me long after it ended. Very serious. Grave. The doctor's expression was grave as he delivered the diagnosis. The meeting was called to discuss a grave matter affecting the company's future. Her grave tone indicated the importance of the situation. Very sharp. Keen. His keen eye for detail made him an excellent detective. She had a keen sense of smell, able to detect even the faintest sense. The knife was as keen as a razor, cutting through the vegetables effortlessly. Very brief. Concise. Her concise explanation made the complex topic easy to understand. The memo was concise and to the point, avoiding unnecessary details. He gave a concise summary of the project's objectives and goals. Very soft. Tender. The steak was cooked to perfection, tender and juicy. Her tender touch soothed the crying baby. The fabric felt tender against her skin. Very wise. Sagacious. The sagacious leader made decisions that benefited the entire community. His sagacious advice guided me through difficult times. The book was filled with sagacious insights on life and leadership. Very remote. Isolated. The isolated cabin in the mountains provided a peaceful retreat from the world. The island was so isolated that it could only be reached by boat. The village was isolated from the rest of the country by dense forests. Very proud. Arrogant. His arrogant demeanor made it difficult for others to work with him. She was proud of her achievements but careful not to appear arrogant. The team's arrogance led them to underestimate their opponents. Very fast. Swift. The swift response from the emergency services saved many lives. The horse was swift, easily outrunning the competition. Her swift movements on the dance floor were mesmerizing to watch. Very familiar. Well-known. He is a well-known author, recognized for his contributions to literature. The brand is well known for its high-quality products. The landmark is well known and attracts tourists from around the world. Very big. Enormous. The enormous elephant towered over the other animals at the zoo. The company made an enormous profit last quarter. The storm caused enormous damage to the coastal town. Very cheap. Inexpensive. The store offers inexpensive but high-quality products. They found an inexpensive solution to their problem. The inexpensive meal was surprisingly delicious. Very expensive. Costly. The costly renovation of the historic building took several months. Their decision to buy the costly equipment proved to be a wise investment. The wedding was a costly affair, but worth every penny. Very hard. Arduous. Climbing the mountain was an arduous task, requiring great effort and determination. The project proved to be an arduous challenge, testing their skills and perseverance. The journey through the dense forest was long and arduous, but they eventually reached their destination. Very lazy. Indolent. The indolent student always found excuses to avoid doing his homework. The indolent cat lounged in the sun all day. His indolent behavior was frustrating to his hardworking colleagues. Very little. Tiny. The tiny kitten fit comfortably in the palm of her hand. The apartment was tiny, but cozy and well organized. The tiny details in the miniature model were impressive. Very small. Minuscule. The minuscule amount of sugar added to the recipe made a big difference. The print on the contract was so minuscule that it was hard to read. The minuscule speck of dust was barely visible to the naked eye. Very rich. Affluent. The affluent neighborhood was known for its luxurious homes and manicured lawns. The affluent businessmen donated generously to various charities. The family's affluent lifestyle included frequent international vacations. Very stupid. Idiotic. His idiotic decision to drive without a seatbelt resulted in a hefty fine. The movie's plot was so idiotic that it was hard to take seriously. She regretted making such an idiotic mistake during the interview. Very tall. Towering. The towering skyscraper dominated the city's skyline. The towering basketball player easily scored points over his opponents. The towering trees in the forest provided ample shade on hot days. Very tasty. Delicious. The meal was delicious, and everyone asked for seconds. The chef prepared a delicious dish that delighted everyone's taste buds. The bakery's pastries were so delicious that they quickly sold out. Very tired. Exhausted. After the marathon, she was exhausted and could barely walk. The long workday left him feeling completely exhausted. The children were exhausted after playing outside all day. Very wide. Expansive. The expansive landscape stretched as far as the eye could see. The room had an expansive view of the city skyline. The expansive beach was perfect for long walks. Very precious. Invaluable. Her support during the difficult times was invaluable. The ancient artifact was considered invaluable by historians. The lessons he learned from his mentors were invaluable. Very messy. Chaotic. The chaotic scene at the festival made it hard to find friends. His chaotic desk was covered in papers and books. The chaotic traffic jam caused major delays. Very ugly. Hideous. The hideous monster in the movie scared the children. The building's hideous design was a topic of debate among architects. The hideous sweater she received as a gift made her laugh. Very happy. Ecstatic. She was ecstatic when she received the job offer. The fans were ecstatic after their team won the championship. He felt ecstatic about the surprise party his friends threw for him. Very interesting. Fascinating. The documentary on space exploration was fascinating. Her stories about her travels were fascinating and captivated everyone. The book provided a fascinating look into the history of the ancient civilization. Very bright. Radiant. The radiant sun made the day feel warm and cheerful. Her radiant smile lit up the room. The bride looked radiant in her wedding dress. Very unhappy. Miserable. He felt miserable after losing his job. The rainy weather made everyone feel miserable. The dog looked miserable when it was left alone at home. Very boring. Dull. The lecture was so dull that many students struggled to stay awake. The book's dull plot made it hard to finish. The color scheme in the room was dull and uninspiring. Very clean. Pristine. The beach was pristine, with clear water and white sand. The pristine condition of the vintage car made it highly valuable. The hotel room was pristine, and the service was impeccable. Very clear. Transparent. The glass was so transparent that it looked almost invisible. Her intentions were transparent, and everyone knew what she wanted. The company maintained transparent communication with its employees. Very dry. Arid. The arid desert landscape stretched for miles without any signs of life. The region's arid climate made it difficult for crops to grow. The arid conditions in the area required residents to conserve water. Very famous. Renowned. The renowned scientist received numerous awards for her groundbreaking research. The restaurant is renowned for its exquisite cuisine and excellent service. The actor is renowned worldwide for his exceptional performances. Very quiet. Silent. The library was silent, with only the sound of turning pages breaking the stillness. She enjoyed the silent early mornings, when the world was still asleep. The room fell silent as the speaker began his presentation. Very rare. Scarce. Water is scarce in the arid desert, making it a precious resource. The scarce supply of certain medications has caused concern among healthcare providers. Scarce wildlife sightings made the safari trip even more special. Very short. Brief. The meeting was brief and to the point, lasting only 15 minutes. She gave a brief overview of the project during the presentation. The email contained a brief update on the current status of the project. Very annoying. Exasperating. His exasperating habit of interrupting others made conversations difficult. The delays were exasperating for passengers trying to catch their flights. The constant noise from the construction site was exasperating. Very athletic. Vigorous. The vigorous workout left him feeling energized and refreshed. The team's vigorous practice sessions paid off during the championship game. She maintains a vigorous exercise routine to stay fit and healthy. Very awkward. Clumsy. His clumsy attempts at dancing made everyone laugh. She felt clumsy and out of place at the formal event. The clumsy waiter accidentally spilled drinks on the guests. Very cheerful. Exuberant. Her exuberant personality made her the life of every party. The children were exuberant as they played in the park. The garden was filled with exuberant blooms of vibrant colors. Very deep. Profound. The profound impact of his words resonated with everyone in the room. Her profound understanding of the subject made her an excellent teacher. The book offered profound insights into the human experience. Very early. Premature. The baby's premature birth required special medical attention. His premature decision to invest in the risky venture resulted in significant losses. The trees bloomed prematurely due to the unseasonably warm weather. Very evil. Malevolent. The malevolent villain plotted to take over the world. Her malevolent actions caused great harm to those around her. The haunted house was said to be inhabited by malevolent spirits. Very gentle. Tender. The nurse's tender care helped the patient recover quickly. He gave her a tender kiss on the forehead before leaving. The mother held her baby with tender affection. Very honest. Candid. She gave a candid assessment of the situation, sparing no details. His candid confession surprised everyone. The manager's candid feedback helped the team improve their performance. Very mean. Cruel. The cruel dictator showed no mercy to his enemies. The children were cruel to the stray cat, throwing stones at it. Her cruel remarks left him feeling hurt and humiliated. Very neat. Immaculate. Her immaculate home was always spotless and organized. The artist's immaculate brushwork made the painting look lifelike. He wore an immaculate suit to the interview, making a great first impression. Very nice. Pleasant. She had a pleasant conversation with her neighbor. The weather was pleasant, perfect for a day at the park. His pleasant demeanor made him well liked by everyone. Very warm. Balmy. The balmy evening was perfect for a walk along the beach. They enjoyed the balmy weather during their tropical vacation. The garden was filled with the scent of balmy flowers. Very wonderful. Magnificent. The view from the mountaintop was magnificent, taking their breath away. The palace was a magnificent example of architecture. Her performance in the play was nothing short of magnificent. Very noisy. Deafening. The construction noise outside was deafening, making it hard to concentrate. The cheers from the crowd were deafening as the team scored the winning goal. The thunderclap was deafening, shaking the windows. Very quick. Rapid. The rapid response of the emergency services saved many lives. The rapid growth of the company was impressive. Her rapid typing speed allowed her to finish the report ahead of schedule. Very windy. Blustery. The blustery weather made it difficult to walk outside. The sailor struggled to navigate the boat in the blustery conditions. The blustery day knocked over several trees and power lines. Very cautious. Vigilant. The vigilant security guard noticed the suspicious activity immediately. The mother was vigilant about her child's safety, always keeping a close eye on him. He remained vigilant during the hike, watching out for any dangerous wildlife. Very complicated. Intricate. The intricate design of the jewelry showcased the artist's skill. The plot of the novel was intricate, with many twists and turns. The intricate network of tunnels made the cave system difficult to navigate. Very fat. Obese. The doctor advised the obese patient to adopt a healthier lifestyle. The obese cat struggled to move around the house. She was concerned about becoming obese due to her sedentary job. Very glad. Delighted. She was delighted to receive an invitation to the exclusive event. The children were delighted when they saw the presents under the Christmas tree. He felt delighted at the prospect of a promotion. Very grateful. Thankful. She was thankful for the support of her friends during a difficult time. The survivors were thankful to the rescue team for saving their lives. He felt thankful for the opportunity to pursue higher education. Very healthy. Robust. The robust economy showed no signs of slowing down. The athlete maintained a robust physique through rigorous training. The robust immune system helped him fight off infections quickly. Very high. Elevated. The elevated viewpoint offered a stunning panorama of the city below. Her elevated status in the company came with increased responsibilities. The elevated temperature signaled a potential fever. Very intense. Fervent. His fervent passion for music was evident in every performance. The fervent heat of the summer sun made it difficult to stay outdoors. She was a fervent supporter of the environmental movement. Very narrow. Constricted. The constricted alleyway made it difficult for large vehicles to pass through. His breathing was constricted due to the tight collar. The river's constricted path created strong rapids. Very new. Brand new. She drove her brand new car off the lot with a smile. The brand new smartphone had all the latest features. The brand new office building was equipped with state-of-the-art technology. Very plain. Unadorned. The unadorned room had a minimalist aesthetic. Her unadorned dress emphasized simplicity and elegance. The unadorned truth was difficult for him to accept. Very rainy. Torrential. The torrential downpour flooded the streets in minutes. The picnic was cancelled due to the torrential rains. The region experienced torrential rainfall during the monsoon season. Very rough. Coarse. The coarse fabric irritated her skin. The road was unpaved and coarse, making the drive uncomfortable. The coarse texture of the sandpaper made it perfect for smoothing rough surfaces. Very safe. Secure. The secure vault protected the valuable artifacts. She felt secure in her new job with a stable income. The apartment building had a secure entrance with a security guard. Very shiny. Gleaming. The gleaming car looked brand new after the wash. The knight's armor was gleaming in the sunlight. Her eyes were gleaming with excitement. Very smooth. Silky. The silky fabric felt luxurious against her skin. His voice was smooth and silky, calming everyone who listened. The chocolate melted into a silky, rich texture. Very sure. Certain. She was certain that she had locked the door before leaving. He felt certain about his decision to pursue a new career. The team was certain of their victory in the upcoming match. Very thin. Slender. The slender branches swayed gently in the breeze. Her slender fingers made it easy to play the piano. The model had a tall and slender figure. Very wet. Soaked. They were soaked to the skin after walking through the rain. Her clothes were soaked from the sudden downpour. The sponge was soaked with water, ready for cleaning. Very worried. Distressed. She was distressed by the news of the accident. The distressed parents searched frantically for their missing child. He looked distressed, unable to hide his anxiety. Very capable. Competent. The competent engineer solved the technical issues with ease. She was a competent manager who effectively led her team. His competent handling of the project impressed his supervisors. Very charming. Captivating. Her captivating smile lit up the room. The captivating story held everyone's attention from beginning to end. The tour guide's captivating personality made the trip enjoyable. Very daring. Audacious. His audacious plan to climb the highest peak was met with skepticism. The audacious explorer ventured into uncharted territory. The artist's audacious work challenged conventional norms. Very dark. Pitch black. The cave was pitch black, and they couldn't see anything without a flashlight. The night was pitch black, with no moon or stars visible. The blackout left the entire neighborhood pitch black. Very deadly. Lethal. The snake's bite was lethal, requiring immediate medical attention. The combination of chemicals created a lethal gas. The disease proved to be lethal if not treated promptly. Very dull. Tedious. The tedious paperwork took hours to complete. The lecture was tedious and made it hard to stay focused. The job involved tedious tasks that required patience. Very great. Tremendous. The team made tremendous progress on the project. She felt a tremendous sense of accomplishment after finishing the marathon. The storm caused tremendous damage to the coastal towns. Very intelligent. Brilliant. The brilliant scientist developed a groundbreaking theory. Her brilliant performance in the exam earned her top marks. The author's brilliant writing captivated readers worldwide. Very abrupt. Sudden. The sudden change in weather caught everyone off guard. His sudden decision to leave surprised his colleagues. The car came to a sudden stop to avoid hitting a deer. Very amazing. Astonishing. The view from the top of the mountain was astonishing. The magician's tricks were astonishing and left the audience in awe. Her astonishing talent for painting was evident in every piece she created. Very fine. Exquisite. The chef prepared an exquisite meal that delighted the guests. The jeweler crafted an exquisite necklace with intricate details. The hotel offered exquisite service and luxurious accommodations. Very jealous. Envious. She felt envious of her friend's success. His envious behavior caused tension in their relationship. The envious colleague tried to undermine her achievements. Very lean. Slender. The model had a slender figure that made her look elegant in any outfit. The tree's slender branches swayed gently in the breeze. The cat's slender body allowed it to move gracefully through the narrow spaces. Very loved. Cherished. She felt cherished by her friends and family. The old photo album was a cherished possession, filled with precious memories. The child's cherished toy was a tattered but beloved teddy bear. Very sweet. Delightful. The delightful aroma of freshly baked cookies filled the kitchen. Her delightful laugh was contagious and brought joy to everyone around her. The garden was filled with delightful flowers in every color. Very wrong. Erroneous. The report contained several erroneous statements that needed correction. His erroneous assumptions led to a misunderstanding. The scientist discovered that his initial hypothesis was erroneous. Very adaptable. Versatile. The versatile actor was able to perform a wide range of roles. Her versatile skills made her an asset to the team. The versatile tool could be used for various purposes. Very ambitious. Aspiring. The aspiring writer worked tirelessly to get her book published. The aspiring politician campaigned passionately for change. He was an aspiring entrepreneur with big dreams. Very attractive. Alluring. Her alluring eyes captivated everyone in the room. The picturesque scenery was alluring to tourists. The perfume had an alluring scent that lingered throughout the day. Very aware. Conscious. She was conscious of the impact her actions had on the environment. He made a conscious effort to improve his health. The company was conscious of its responsibility to its employees. Very beneficial. Advantageous. The new policy proved to be advantageous for small businesses. Regular exercise is advantageous for maintaining good health. Learning a second language can be advantageous in many careers. Very comfortable. Cozy. The cozy cabin was the perfect retreat for a weekend getaway. She wrapped herself in a cozy blanket and read a book by the fire. The cafe had a cozy atmosphere that made it a favorite spot for locals. Very comprehensive. Exhaustive. The exhaustive study covered all aspects of the issue. Her exhaustive research ensured that no detail was overlooked. The guide provided an exhaustive list of attractions in the city. Very cute. Adorable. The puppy was simply adorable with its big, round eyes. The baby's giggles were adorable and brought smiles to everyone's faces. The couple shared an adorable moment on their wedding day. Very demanding. Challenging. The challenging project pushed the team to their limits. She enjoyed the challenging puzzles that required creative thinking. His job was demanding and challenging, but he found it rewarding. Very effective. Efficacious. The new treatment proved to be highly efficacious in reducing symptoms. Her efficacious strategies led to significant improvements in the team's performance. The vaccine was found to be efficacious in preventing the disease. Very efficient. Streamlined. The streamlined process reduced production time by half. The company's streamlined operations resulted in cost savings and increased productivity. The streamlined workflow allowed employees to focus on critical tasks. Very experienced. Seasoned. The seasoned chef created a masterpiece with simple ingredients. His seasoned expertise was evident in the quality of his work. The seasoned traveler had visited over 50 countries. Very flexible. Adaptable. The adaptable employee quickly adjusted to the new work environment. Her adaptable nature made her a valuable team member in any project. The company's adaptable approach allowed it to thrive in changing markets. Very focused. Concentrated. The concentrated effort of the team resulted in a successful project completion. She maintained a concentrated study session for hours without distractions. The concentrated campaign targeted key demographics effectively. Very harsh. Severe. The severe weather conditions forced the event to be cancelled. His severe criticism left her feeling discouraged. The severe penalties for breaking the law served as a deterrent. Very modern. Contemporary. The contemporary art exhibit featured innovative and thought-provoking pieces. The new building had a sleek, contemporary design. Her style was a blend of traditional and contemporary influences. Very scary. Terrifying. The terrifying movie left the audience gripping their seats in fear. The sound of the wolf's howl in the dark forest was terrifying. The prospect of public speaking was terrifying to him. Very aggressive. Belligerent. The belligerent driver honked loudly and shouted at other motorists. His belligerent attitude made it difficult for others to work with him. The belligerent dog barked fiercely at strangers. Very alert. Vigilant. The vigilant guard noticed the intruder immediately. She remained vigilant throughout the night, watching for any signs of danger. The vigilant teacher kept a close eye on the students during the test. Very amusing. Hilarious. The comedian's hilarious jokes had the audience laughing non-stop. Her hilarious antics always brightened up family gatherings. The movie was filled with hilarious scenes that kept everyone entertained. Very anxious. Apprehensive. He felt apprehensive about the upcoming job interview. The children were apprehensive about starting a new school. She was apprehensive about flying for the first time. Very clever. Ingenious. The engineer came up with an ingenious solution to the problem. Her ingenious design impressed the judges in the competition. The author's ingenious plot twists kept readers on the edge of their seats. Very complex. Intricate. The intricate design of the watch showcased the craftsmanship. The puzzle had intricate patterns that made it challenging to solve. The artist's intricate painting was full of hidden details. Very curious. Inquisitive. The inquisitive child asked many questions about how things worked. Her inquisitive mind led her to explore new fields of study. He had an inquisitive nature, always seeking to learn more. Very dear. Cherished. The cherished family heirloom was passed down through generations. She kept the cherished letters from her grandmother in a special box. His cherished memories of childhood always brought a smile to his face. Very delicate. Fragile. The fragile vase shattered into pieces when it fell. She handled the fragile flowers with great care. The fragile documents were stored in a secure vault. Very different. Distinct. Each sibling had their own distinct personality. The flavors in the dish were distinct and complemented each other perfectly. The artist's style was distinct, making his work easily recognizable. Very dumb. Obtuse. His obtuse remarks made it clear he didn't understand the topic. The obtuse student struggled to grasp even the simplest concepts. Her obtuse questions irritated the professor. Very emotional. Sentimental. She got sentimental whenever she looked through her old photo albums. The movie's ending was so sentimental that it brought tears to everyone's eyes. His speech was filled with sentimental memories of their time together. Very flat. Level. The carpenter ensured the table was perfectly level. The calm lake was so level that it mirrored the sky. The land was level, making it ideal for building. Very graceful. Elegant. Her elegant dance moves captivated the audience. The bride looked elegant in her wedding gown. The elegant design of the furniture added a touch of class to the room. Very green. Verdant. The verdant hills were covered in lush vegetation. The garden was a verdant oasis in the middle of the city. The verdant landscape stretched as far as the eye could see. Very huge. Colossal. The colossal statue dominated the city square. The ship was so colossal that it could carry thousands of passengers. The project's colossal budget raised concerns among investors. Very absent-minded. Inattentive. The inattentive student missed important details during the lecture. His inattentive behavior during meetings often led to misunderstandings. She was so inattentive that she forgot her own birthday. Very bland. Insipid. The soup was insipid and lacked any flavor. His insipid speech failed to inspire the audience. The novel was criticized for its insipid characters and predictable plot. Very competitive. Cutthroat. The cutthroat competition in the market forced many small businesses to close. The athletes trained rigorously for the cutthroat tournament. The corporate world can be cutthroat, with everyone vying for the top positions. Very desperate. Frantic. She made a frantic call to the emergency services for help. His frantic search for the lost keys turned the house upside down. The mother was frantic with worry when her child didn't come home on time. Very determined. Resolute. She remained resolute in her decision to pursue her dreams. His resolute stance on the issue earned him respect from his peers. The team was resolute in their goal to win the championship. Very crowded. Congested. The congested subway made it hard to find a seat. The congested streets were filled with honking cars and impatient drivers. The concert was so congested that it was hard to move around. Very confusing. Perplexing. The perplexing instructions left everyone scratching their heads. His perplexing behavior made it difficult to understand his true intentions. The math problem was so perplexing that even the teacher had trouble solving it. Very active. Hyperactive. The hyperactive children couldn't sit still during the entire class. His hyperactive imagination led to many creative ideas. The puppy was so hyperactive that it needed constant attention and exercise. Very exciting. Exhilarating. The exhilarating roller coaster ride left them breathless and laughing. The skydiving experience was the most exhilarating moment of his life. The news of his promotion was exhilarating and filled him with joy. Very talkative. Loquacious. The loquacious student kept the class entertained with his stories. Her loquacious nature made her a great conversationalist. The loquacious friend could chat for hours without taking a break. Very polite. Courteous. The courteous waiter made sure all their needs were met. She received courteous responses from the customer service team. His courteous behavior earned him the respect of his colleagues. Very rude. Insolent. The insolent teenager talked back to his parents. Her insolent remarks offended everyone in the meeting. The student's insolent behavior led to disciplinary action. Very careless. Negligent. The negligent driver caused a serious accident by not paying attention to the road. His negligent attitude towards his duties led to many mistakes. The company faced legal issues due to negligent handling of sensitive information. Very cool. Chilly. The chilly wind made them shiver as they walked through the park. The room was chilly, despite the warm weather outside. He preferred the chilly temperatures of autumn to the heat of summer. Very bitter. Acrid. The acrid taste of the medicine made it hard to swallow. The smoke from the fire had an acrid smell that stung their eyes. The argument left an acrid feeling between the two friends. Very bored. Disinterested. He was disinterested in the lecture and struggled to stay awake. The movie was so boring that the audience appeared disinterested. She felt disinterested in the conversation and kept checking her phone. Very sick. Ailing. The ailing patient required constant care and attention. The company's ailing finances led to a reduction in staff. She took leave to care for her ailing grandmother. Very unfriendly. Hostile. The hostile customer refused to cooperate with the staff. The environment became hostile after the disagreement. He faced a hostile reception from the board members. Very handsome. Dashing. The dashing actor stole the hearts of many fans. His dashing appearance at the gala made headlines. The dashing hero saved the day with his bravery. Very confident. Self-assured. Her self-assured manner impressed the interviewers. The self-assured speaker captivated the audience with his speech. He walked into the room with a self-assured stride. Very organized. Methodical. The methodical scientist conducted experiments with precision. Her methodical approach to work ensured every detail was covered. The methodical arrangement of files made retrieval easy. Very disorganized. Chaotic. His chaotic desk was covered in papers and books. The chaotic schedule left little room for breaks. The move was chaotic, with boxes and furniture everywhere. Very dishonest. Deceitful. The deceitful salesman tricked customers into buying faulty products. Her deceitful actions led to a loss of trust among her peers. The deceitful advertisement misled many consumers. Very young. Youthful. Her youthful energy was contagious and invigorated the team. He maintained a youthful appearance despite his age. The event was filled with youthful enthusiasm. Very low. Abysmal. The test scores were abysmal, indicating a need for better study methods. His performance at work was abysmal and needed improvement. The living conditions in the area were abysmal and required immediate attention. Very wealthy. Affluent. The affluent neighborhood was known for its luxurious homes and manicured lawns. The affluent businessmen donated generously to various charities. The family's affluent lifestyle included frequent international vacations. Very trivial. Insignificant. The error was insignificant and did not affect the overall results. The details may seem insignificant, but they are important in the long run. The argument was over something so insignificant that it was quickly forgotten. Very successful. Prosperous. The prosperous entrepreneur expanded his business worldwide. The village became prosperous thanks to the new trade routes. Her prosperous career was a result of hard work and dedication. Very unsuccessful. Futile. His futile attempts to fix the broken machine only made things worse. The team's efforts were futile as they failed to score a goal. It was a futile endeavor to convince him to change his mind. Very hardworking. Diligent. The diligent student consistently achieved top grades. Her diligent work ethic earned her a promotion at the company. The gardener's diligent care resulted in a beautiful garden. Very generous. Magnanimous. The magnanimous donor contributed a large sum to the charity. His magnanimous gesture helped many families in need. She was known for her magnanimous spirit, always willing to help others. Very stingy. Miserly. The miserly old man refused to donate even a penny to charity. Her miserly behavior made her unpopular among her peers. He was known for his miserly habits, rarely spending money on anything. Very foolish. Absurd. His absurd decision to quit his job without a backup plan baffled everyone. The proposal seemed absurd and was quickly dismissed. The argument he made was so absurd that no one took it seriously. Very cowardly. Craven. The craven soldier fled from the battlefield, abandoning his comrades. His craven actions during the crisis were widely criticized. The leader's craven response to the threat disappointed his followers. Very arrogant. Haughty. The haughty aristocrat looked down on those he considered beneath him. Her haughty demeanor alienated her from her peers. The actor's haughty attitude made him difficult to work with. Very cloudy. Overcast. The overcast sky threatened rain throughout the day. It was an overcast morning, with no sunlight breaking through the clouds. The beach was deserted due to the overcast weather. Very hopeful. Optimistic. She remained optimistic about the future despite the challenges. His optimistic outlook inspired his team to keep pushing forward. The doctor gave an optimistic prognosis for the patient's recovery. Very keen. Enthusiastic. The enthusiastic crowd cheered loudly at the concert. Her enthusiastic approach to learning made her excel in her studies. He was enthusiastic about the new project and worked tirelessly to ensure its success. Very modest. Unassuming. His unassuming nature made him well liked by everyone. The unassuming house hid a beautiful garden in the back. Her unassuming demeanor often led people to underestimate her capabilities. Very optimistic. Sanguine. She remained sanguine about her chances of getting the job. His sanguine attitude helped him stay positive during tough times. The team was sanguine about their prospects in the upcoming match. Very peaceful. Serene. The serene lake provided a perfect escape from the busy city life. Her serene expression showed that she was at peace. The garden's serene atmosphere made it a popular spot for relaxation. Very reliable. Dependable. He was a dependable friend, always there when you needed him. The dependable car never broke down, even after years of use. Her dependable nature made her a trusted employee. Very sincere. Heartfelt. His heartfelt apology was accepted by everyone. The letter contained heartfelt thanks for their support. Her heartfelt speech moved the audience to tears. Very thorough. Meticulous. The meticulous researcher double-checked every detail of the experiment. His meticulous attention to detail ensured the project was flawless. The artist's meticulous work made the painting a masterpiece. Very trustworthy. Reputable. The reputable lawyer was known for his honesty and integrity. The company had a reputable history of providing quality products. She chose a reputable service for her home renovation. Very unique. Singular. His singular talent set him apart from other musicians. The singular design of the building made it a landmark in the city. Her singular perspective brought fresh ideas to the project. Very witty. Sharp. His sharp wit made him the life of the party. She had a sharp sense of humor that always made people laugh. The comedian's sharp one-liners kept the audience entertained. Very youthful. Sprightly. The sprightly old man could still dance like he was 20. Her sprightly personality made her popular among her peers. The sprightly puppy bounced around the yard with endless energy. Very zealous. Fervent. His fervent support for the cause was evident in his actions. The fervent fans cheered loudly for their team. She was a fervent advocate for environmental conservation. Very articulate. Eloquent. The eloquent speaker captivated the audience with his words. Her eloquent writing style made the book a bestseller. The politician's eloquent speech won him many supporters. Very decisive. Resolute. She made a resolute decision to follow her dreams. His resolute stance on the issue earned him respect from his peers. The resolute leader guided the team through difficult times. Very empathetic. Compassionate. The compassionate nurse comforted the patients with kind words. Her compassionate nature made her a beloved teacher. The compassionate response from the community helped those in need. Very joyful. Jubilant. The team was jubilant after winning the championship. She felt jubilant upon hearing the good news. The jubilant crowd celebrated the victory with cheers and applause. Very knowledgeable. Erudite. The erudite professor could answer any question about his field of study. Her erudite writings were admired by scholars around the world. He was an erudite individual, well versed in multiple subjects. Very logical. Rational. His rational approach to problem-solving made him an excellent engineer. The scientist's rational explanations clarified the complex concept. She made a rational decision based on the available data. Very nurturing. Caring. Her caring nature made her an exceptional nurse. He was known for his caring attitude towards all his students. The caring environment in the school helped the children thrive. Very observant. Perceptive. The detective's perceptive skills helped solve the mystery. Her perceptive observations revealed details that others missed. The perceptive artist captured the essence of the scene in his painting. Very patient. Tolerant. The teacher's tolerant demeanor created a supportive classroom atmosphere. He remained tolerant despite the challenging circumstances. Her tolerant attitude helped her navigate difficult interactions. Very resourceful. Ingenious. His ingenious solution to the problem earned him a promotion. The ingenious inventor developed a new technology that revolutionized the industry. She used her ingenious skills to create a beautiful piece of art from recycled materials. Very supportive. Encouraging. Her encouraging words motivated him to pursue his dreams. The encouraging coach helped the team believe in their abilities. He provided encouraging feedback that boosted her confidence. Very thoughtful. Considerate. The considerate neighbor brought over a meal when she was sick. His considerate gesture made a big difference in their difficult time. She was always considerate of others' feelings and needs. Very understanding. Empathetic. Her empathetic nature made her a great counselor. He listened to their concerns with an empathetic ear. The empathetic friend offered a shoulder to cry on during tough times. Very versatile. Multifaceted. The multifaceted artist could paint, sculpt, and write poetry. Her multifaceted skills made her an asset in any project. The multifaceted athlete excelled in multiple sports. Very diligent. Industrious. The industrious worker completed all his tasks ahead of schedule. Her industrious efforts led to a successful project outcome. He was known for his industrious nature and dedication to his work. Very good-natured. Amiable. His amiable personality made him popular among his peers. The amiable host made everyone feel welcome at the party. She had an amiable disposition that put others at ease. Very innovative. Pioneering. The pioneering scientist made groundbreaking discoveries in her field. His pioneering work in technology changed the industry forever. The company's pioneering approach led to innovative products. Very jovial. Buoyant. His buoyant spirit lifted everyone's mood at the party. The buoyant atmosphere in the office made it a great place to work. She had a buoyant personality that made her fun to be around. Very kind-hearted. Compassionate. The compassionate nurse comforted the patients with kind words. Her compassionate nature made her a beloved teacher. The compassionate response from the community helped those in need. Very loyal. Steadfast. His steadfast loyalty to his friends was unwavering. The steadfast employee was a valuable asset to the company. Her steadfast commitment to the cause inspired others to join. Very mature. Sophisticated. Her sophisticated taste in art impressed everyone. The sophisticated design of the gadget made it a market favorite. He had a sophisticated understanding of complex theories. Very open-minded. Receptive. The receptive audience eagerly listened to the new ideas presented. She was receptive to feedback and always willing to learn. His receptive attitude made him a great collaborator. Very persistent. Tenacious. The tenacious athlete never gave up, even when faced with obstacles. Her tenacious spirit helped her achieve her goals despite numerous challenges. He remained tenacious in his pursuit of justice. Very positive. Optimistic. She remained optimistic about the future despite the challenges. His optimistic outlook inspired his team to keep pushing forward. The doctor gave an optimistic prognosis for the patient's recovery. Very quick-witted. Astute. The astute negotiator secured a favorable deal for the company. Her astute observations helped solve the mystery quickly. He was known for his astute sense of humor and quick comebacks. Very respectful. Courteous. The courteous waiter made sure all their needs were met. She received courteous responses from the customer service team. His courteous behavior earned him the respect of his colleagues. Very self-disciplined. Self-regulating. She was self-regulating, maintaining a strict study schedule. His self-regulating nature helped him stick to his fitness goals. The self-regulating team member consistently met deadlines. Very talented. Gifted. The gifted musician could play multiple instruments effortlessly. Her gifted writing skills earned her a publishing deal. He was a gifted athlete with potential to go pro. Very virtuous. Righteous. The righteous leader always made decisions for the greater good. Her righteous actions earned her the admiration of her peers. He was known for his righteous principles and unwavering integrity. Very zestful. Exuberant. Her exuberant personality made her the life of every party. The children were exuberant as they played in the park. The garden was filled with exuberant blooms of vibrant colors. Very disciplined. Regimented. The regimented routine helped the soldiers stay focused and prepared. Her regimented approach to her studies ensured she excelled in her exams. The regimented lifestyle of the monks allowed them to maintain their spiritual practices. Very genuine. Authentic. Her authentic smile reflected her true happiness. He gave an authentic performance that captivated the audience. The travel guide provided an authentic experience of the local culture. Very humorous. Hilarious. The comedian's hilarious jokes had the audience in stitches. Her hilarious anecdotes always brightened up family gatherings. The movie was hilarious and kept everyone laughing from start to finish. Very imaginative. Inventive. The inventive artist created a series of unique and captivating paintings. His inventive storytelling kept the children engaged for hours. The company's inventive solutions set them apart from their competitors. Very practical. Pragmatic. She took a pragmatic approach to solving the problem, focusing on what was most effective. His pragmatic mindset helped him make sensible decisions in difficult situations. The pragmatic plan was designed to achieve the best results with the resources available. Very sociable. Gregarious. The gregarious host made sure everyone felt welcome at the party. His gregarious nature made him popular among his peers. The gregarious child easily made friends at school. Very strategic. Tactical. The general's tactical decisions led to a decisive victory. Her tactical approach to negotiations ensured a favorable outcome. The team's tactical planning paid off during the competition. Very tolerant. Permissive. The permissive parents allowed their children a lot of freedom. His permissive attitude made the workplace more relaxed and flexible. The school had a permissive policy regarding dress code. Very bold. Audacious. The audacious explorer ventured into uncharted territory. Her audacious plan to start a new business paid off. The artist's audacious work challenged conventional norms. Very courageous. Valiant. The valiant firefighter risked his life to save others. Her valiant efforts in the face of adversity were commendable. The soldier's valiant actions earned him a Medal of Honor. Very dynamic. Energetic. The energetic leader motivated the team to achieve their goals. Her energetic performance on stage captivated the audience. The energetic atmosphere at the event kept everyone engaged. Very fearless. Intrepid. The intrepid adventurer explored the deepest jungles. Her intrepid spirit led her to take on challenges that others avoided. The intrepid journalist reported from conflict zones. Very insightful. Perceptive. His perceptive analysis of the situation revealed important details. Her perceptive comments during the meeting impressed her colleagues. The perceptive author captured the nuances of human behavior in her writing. Very passionate. Fervent. His fervent passion for music was evident in every performance. The fervent supporters cheered loudly for their team. She spoke with fervent conviction about the need for change. Very rational. Logical. His logical approach to problem-solving impressed everyone. She made a logical argument that was hard to refute. The scientist provided a logical explanation for the phenomenon. Very selfless. Altruistic. Her altruistic nature led her to volunteer at the shelter every weekend. The altruistic doctor provided free medical care to those in need. His altruistic actions inspired others to give back to the community. Very assertive. Confident. Her confident demeanor made her a natural leader. He gave a confident presentation that impressed the audience. The confident negotiator secured a favorable deal for the company. Very precise. Exacting. His exacting standards ensured that the project was completed flawlessly. The chef's exacting measurements made the recipe perfect every time. Her exacting attention to detail was evident in her work. Very tactful. Diplomatic. The diplomat's diplomatic skills helped resolve the conflict peacefully. Her diplomatic approach to the disagreement prevented further tension. He handled the sensitive situation with diplomatic finesse. Very affectionate. Loving. The loving mother comforted her child after a bad dream. They shared a loving embrace after being apart for so long. His loving gestures showed how much he cared for her. Very helpful. Supportive. Her supportive friends helped her through a difficult time. The supportive teacher encouraged her students to reach their potential. He provided supportive feedback that helped improve the project. Very loving. Adoring. The adoring father watched his child play with pride. Her adoring fans cheered loudly at the concert. The couple shared an adoring gaze that spoke volumes of their love. Very just. Equitable. The judge's equitable ruling ensured fairness for all parties involved. The company's equitable policies promoted diversity and inclusion. She advocated for equitable treatment of all employees. Very attentive. Vigilant. The vigilant nurse monitored the patient's condition closely. The vigilant lifeguard quickly noticed the swimmer in distress. His vigilant attention to detail ensured the event ran smoothly. Very caring. Compassionate. The compassionate teacher took extra time to help struggling students. Her compassionate nature made her a beloved friend. The nurse's compassionate care comforted the patients. Very faithful. Loyal. Her loyal dog followed her everywhere she went. The loyal employee worked at the company for over 20 years. His loyal support during tough times meant the world to her. Very joyous. Ecstatic. The team was ecstatic after winning the championship. She was ecstatic when she received the news of her promotion. The children were ecstatic about their upcoming vacation.